Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Sidetrack real quick. I heard someone say like that the other day and want like a video or something similar to that, and they're like,
that's 2016 code in it.
and I'm just like, it is, but also I'm like, when I film these videos, I'm so used to saying,
hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel,
that it's just engraved into what I say. So I'm like, am I the only one that still says that? Like, hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. I don't know, but like, it made me think about that. But anyway, let's get into what today's video is about, which today's video is a New Year's goal video. So basically what I want to do is talk about my New Year's goals for this year, and then I want to use this video to look back on at the end of this year, early next year, and see what goals that I achieved, maybe some goals that I achieved somewhat but not entirely that I wanted to achieve like fully, and then some what goals that I did not achieve at all, and then go back and make the try to see if I can accomplish those goals in the next year or years to come. So I wanted to do this video at the beginning of the year, but I ended up taking the first Friday off of the new year because I just was so overwhelmed with videos that I felt like I just needed a little bit of a break. But I'm finally here doing this video, so let's get into the goals that I am going to be making for this year. Starting off with how many goals I have 10 different goals that I have, and that seems like a lot, but like some of these kind of like correlate with each other, some of them kind of don't, but most of them can be like
intertwined,
but I just made them into like 10 different goals. So let's get started with goal number 1. For goal number 1 is going to be a daily self-care routine. I have a self-care routine already for my skin, for my body, everything, but I feel like I'm just not consistent enough. I feel like I need to be more consistent with it. I do it and then I forget about it, and then I do it like 2 days later or whatever, and I feel like I just need to be more consistent with it. So I want to force myself to be like, okay, here's my routine, let's do it. You know, even if I'm dead tired, I still want to force myself to get up and do my skincare routine, or force myself to get up and go do whatever kind of self routine. And so I want to sit down and actually force myself to do these routines. For goal number 2, it is reading more books and reading the Bible. I feel like I don't read enough, and I feel like I need to read more. I have a book already that I want to reread. I don't know where to read. I feel like I don't know what kind of books I want to read, but I want to start with the one book that I've already read and kind of reread it and kind of get my mind back into that mindset of like, I want to read more, and then go from there. I do hear that the Netflix series To All the Boys That I Ever Loved has a book series out, and I'm like,
ooh, I want to read those.
Because I hear some stories that the book is a bit different than the movies, which makes sense because most books are very different. Not very, but there is different scenes and different stuff in the books than there are in the movies or TV shows or whatever. And then also reading the Bible. I want to read more in the Bible, kind of learn more about it. I am Christian. I've talked about it many times. It's not a secret or anything like that, but yeah, I want to read more of the Bible and kind of understand it more than I do as of right now. For goal number 3, it is kind of correlated with the last one, kind of not. I'm gonna explain it, but goal number 3 is to spend more time outside. I want to spend more time outside because I feel like, for 2 different reasons. One, to get some vitamin D, because getting some sun, getting some vitamin D is good for your health, but also I am very uneven tanned. I have a very uneven tan, like right here on my arm, and this arm too is very tan, but like if you flip it over to like this side of my arm, it is not tanned at all. And then I have like no tan up here because I wear a lot of like shirts with like sleeves and stuff. And then also I've noticed my feet are tanned, but like my ankles and above all my legs are not tanned at all. And so I want to try to tan more and get that tan more evened. For goal number 4, it is I want to learn how to cook and bake more. I already know how to bake. I've baked muffins before, I've baked cupcakes and stuff like that, so I feel like baking isn't really the issue, but I do want to learn how to bake more because I did bake cookies over this last like Christmas and I did not do a very good job than I thought I would, but I want to learn how to do bake a little bit more, but then mainly I want to learn how to cook more, because I feel like I eat the same 4 or 5 meals like every day, and it's super annoying. And so I want to be able to have more options and know how to cook actually good foods and be able to not
Eat the same darn 4 or 5 different things every day.
Which also correlates into goal number 5, excuse me, which is eating healthier. I want to eat healthier instead of gravitating towards the chocolate or the chips or unhealthier foods. Maybe gravitate towards more the like fruits and veggies, like going in grabbing some carrots. Instead of eating a bag of chips, let's eat, you know, some carrots. Or instead of gravitating towards grabbing that chocolate bar, maybe go have an apple with peanut butter or something like that. Eating just healthier options. And I know not entirely it's going to be easy to do that, because there's going to be some days where I've had a long day and I just do not feel like cooking. So going in out, eating out is a little bit more going to be easier in those moments. Also, if I'm traveling and stuff, being able to not have like a kitchen at my house or where I'm staying at is always not going to be easy, but finding ways just to make it a little bit more healthier is just what my goal is for this year. For goal number 6, it's having an exercise routine. My goal is to work out 5 times a week by the end of this year. Now, of course, that's not doable right now, especially when I have not worked out very consistently to be able to work out 5 times a week. But my goal is to work up to 5 times a week. And right now I'm thinking of looking at maybe working out 2 times a week for 30 minutes, maybe. You know, a good hour for a week. That's pretty good, you know? And so I want to work slowly, maybe work with like 2 days a week I work out for 30 minutes, and then maybe in a month or something like that add an extra day. Or maybe instead of working out for 30 minutes a day, work out 45 minutes a day, you know, and then kind of slowly work my way up to, you know, 5 times a week. And I haven't exactly figured out a time of how long I want to work out for those 5 days. Maybe eventually I'll figure that out, but I eventually would love to work out 5 times a week. As for workouts and stuff, I am looking really any physical activity, so things like yoga, things like just stretching in the morning or stretching at night, going for a walk with my dog, or, you know, doing like a go for a run, or maybe a little bit of a jog and then walk, jog, walk, you know, type of exercise. Or just sitting at home and doing like a workout with my Workout for Women app that I have. Maybe doing like a workout my core, workout my arms, work my legs, whatever that may be. Maybe that's another form of exercise that I want to do. Those are some options for me to do for working out for 5 times a week. For goal number 7, it is improving upon my photography skills. It's no secret, I do photography. The camera that I'm currently using is what I use to do photography and stuff on, and I want to improve upon that. I feel like I have a somewhat better understanding of photography than I have in the last couple years, but I feel like I just need a better, more understanding of how my settings are for my camera. Also learning like how to actually like do photography. I feel like the last couple times I tried to take photos, my photos always turned out purple, and I don't understand why they turned out purple, and it's so annoying. So I'm trying to figure out like things like that and how to improve upon that. And I've taken some photos, I'm like, wow, that's actually really cool that like I took that. And then there's some other photos I feel like, is anybody really gonna like this photo, you know, type of thing. So I just want to kind of learn and improve upon myself. Also, I know for a fact like I don't need to impress anybody. It's just some photos I feel like aren't good enough in my personal opinion. But that's just something that I want to work upon, is just improving my photography skills, and I'm hoping that this year will be a year that I can do that, because I have some fun stuff planned for this year, and hopefully I can put that fun events and fun things this year to good use with the camera. Okay, I don't know if I said the last one right. This next one's supposed to be number 6, but I said number 6 in the wrong order. But goal number 7 is spending less time on social media and less screen time. I am very guilty of spending a lot of time on my phone or my computer. I watch a lot of Twitch streams and a lot of YouTube. No joke, I literally have a live stream on right now. The reason I have it on is to keep my computer on, because it turns black after like a certain amount of time, and so I'm trying to keep it on because I'm going to use it in a minute here, and I don't want to have to sit there and type in my passcode and everything. The last year that felt like an actual good year was like 2019. I feel like it was a solid year. We were living life. Like life was life. Life wasn't like rough. Life wasn't so hard. I felt like that was the very last year that life just felt like life. and during that same time frame, I felt like Twitter got very toxic, and Twitter is my first social media platform that I ever had, if you guys don't know, and I felt like I was constantly unfollowing people because of how toxic it was. And I was constantly scrolling on Twitter, like no joke. I felt like back then, like when I first got it, Twitter was actually really good for the most part. And then it got really toxic, and it became the platform known as the toxic platform and stuff. And now I feel like slowly Instagram is becoming that more and more and more. And because I kind of left Twitter, I kind of like, not left Twitter entirely, but I felt like I was backing away from Twitter, and it kind of helped my mental health. But now, because of that, I kind of gravitate towards Instagram, and now I feel like Instagram's doing the exact same thing Twitter had did a couple years ago. And so I feel like Twitter or Instagram is now becoming a little more toxic, and people are becoming more toxic. I hate to say that, but like I feel like it just is how it is. And so I want to see if I could just step away from Instagram a little bit. That doesn't mean entirely that I'm not going to stop posting. That doesn't mean that I'm going to step away from uploading videos and stuff. That just means scrolling. That's what it means. It's just I want to spend less time scrolling on Instagram and spend more time in moments. That kind of correlates with reading the books and spending time outside and everything. I also want to bring back the thing that I used to do back many years ago. I kind of quit doing it after a while, but I want to bring back social media breaks. So I used to call it Social Media Break Fridays, but then, because back then I used to upload my videos on Saturdays, which is kind of crazy to think about, but I used to upload videos on Saturdays, for those of you that do not know. But now I am uploading on Fridays because I felt like Fridays was just a better day to upload on. And so now I'm back at that place where I'm like, I want to bring back these social media breaks, but like I don't want to do it on Fridays because that's when I upload my videos and stuff, and it's a little bit harder to do that when you can't like post like, hey, I got a new video going up, you know, kind of thing. And so I think I'm gonna do social media break weekends, so taking like Saturdays or Sundays or both if I feel like it. And just stepping away from social media. So maybe instead of sitting there scrolling on Instagram on a Saturday, you know, maybe I can be outside reading a book or outside and getting some errands done. Again, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to post any less. That doesn't mean that I'm going to step away from that. It just means that I want to stop the scrolling. Okay, this is goal number 8 or goal number 9. I don't know where I'm in my goals. I'll fix it on the screen. But for goal number 9, it is being consistent with uploading on YouTube and Instagram. So like, I know I just literally talked about how I want to stay off social media. This is meaning that I want to be consistent with uploading. Like I said, that doesn't mean, as I just said, doesn't mean that I'm going to spend any less time uploading, doesn't mean any time less I'm posting. That just means being a little more consistent with it. I feel like I'm not very consistent with it on Instagram. I'm pretty consistent posting on Twitter. I feel like I tweet quite a bit, and I do rant a lot on Twitter. So if you want to see some of my rants, go follow me on Twitter if you have Twitter. I know it's not an app everybody has or an app everybody likes, but personally I own Twitter. Instagram, I'm not very active on there. I feel like I need to post more, and I feel like I just slack on the whole Instagram uploading and posting and stuff. So I want to try to be more consistent on that. I feel like the last couple of days I've done pretty decently with posting and stuff, so I want to continue that and try to post more about my life and just post more about stuff like that. And then being consistent with YouTube. I feel like I'm doing a pretty decent job so far for this year. Years past, I've like done the whole, I've never done the 40 videos in 4 months thing. I've like posted like consistently from, like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna post from September to December consistently once a week, and then, you know, I'll come back in the new year and the new year's gonna be great, we're gonna continue posting, and that time comes and I fail and I just don't upload. So I want to try to fix that and continue to keep posting, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job this year. I feel like I've done a decent job. I did miss one upload, and that was because I wasn't feeling good, but I feel like I'm gonna take my mental health over uploading a video that's very poorly done. And for the very last goal, it is staying organized. I want to keep my room organized and keep my life organized. I recently just took down my Christmas tree that used to be right here, and my garland and all that stuff, and I just cleaned my room. My room's pretty decently clean. There's a few things I need to clean up in my room, but I want to try to keep this room cleaned, try to keep things organized, and just keep my life organized. I feel like I just don't do a very good job at it. So I want to try to keep things organized, try to keep this room clean, try to keep like my bathroom clean, try to keep my life cleaned, just try to keep everything organized. And so that is all of my goals for this year, and maybe that gave you some inspiration to what goals that you can do for this year. I'm gonna say next year, but I don't know why I want to say next year. It is this year. But maybe that will give you some inspiration for your goals for this year. Maybe give you some motivation. Maybe this is the video that pushes you to make those goals or pushes you to achieve those goals and so forth. So yeah, so I hope that maybe that helps you. But let's go ahead and get into the next portion of this video, which I'm going to show you guys my vision board. So I made a computer version, and then I also made a phone version. I'm going to put the computer version up here now, and then I'll put the phone version up. This is my vision board that I made for 2026. It's super easy. I just made it on Canva. I should have made a video of it, but I didn't. I should have. Maybe next year I'll make that. But vision boards are really easy. Mainly just need photos of what you have your goals of. So for me, some of these goals that you're seeing on the screen are goals that I have just talked about, and some of them are actually goals that I did not talk about, but we'll get into. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the top half of the, like from left to right, and then go to the bottom from left to right. So the first photo is a photo of a girl doing exercising. She's doing yoga, and so like I mentioned, exercising, that's something that I want to achieve, is exercising more, being more consistent with it. And so yeah, the next photo is photography, so just being, you know, consistent with my photography, being consistent with the posting photos on my photography page. If you guys don't know, I do have a photography page where I do upload photos. I'm not very consistent with it, but I'm trying to be. Also, this kind of correlates with like understanding my camera settings and understanding how to take photos better and stuff. Next photo is just eating healthier. That bowl really looks really yummy right now. Like I would love to eat that right now. Honestly, I'm kind of hungry, so like that looks really good. Just a bowl of fruit, eating healthier, gravitating towards the healthier options and stuff. So yeah. Next one kind of looks like it's actually reading the Bible. Not reading in general, just reading the Bible. And so I want to, like I said, understand the Bible more, kind of read it more, sit down and focus on, you know, chapter by chapter or verse by verse, whatever, you know, so forth. Next one is a goal that I did not talk about, which I found this photo when I was looking up, I think I was looking up spending time outside, which is one of the goals I just mentioned. But I found this photo and I was like, ooh, that's actually a really good goal that I can make. And that is meeting new people, whether it's making new friends, maybe that's a relationship term, whatever it may be. But I would love to meet new people and just make new friends. And I mean, relationship-wise can also be friendship-wise, because like I would hope that my significant other would be my friend as well. But just meeting new people and, you know, hanging out with more people. I feel like I don't have a lot of friends to hang out with. A lot of my friends have moved away, and I feel like I'm secluded where I live. Moving to the bottom half of the screen is a photo of a girl just spending time outside. Like I said, spending more time outside. She does have a book in her hand, so it kind of is reading as well. But just spending time outside, tanning, just getting some vitamin D and stuff like that. Next goal is just reading. Pretty self-explanatory, just reading. The next one is not a goal that I mentioned on my goals list, but it's a photo of a girl just in a really cute outfit. I want to spend more time wearing more cute outfits. I feel like I just don't wear very cute outfits. I tend to wear outfits that are a graphic tee, and I want to step away from that. Before I did my closet video, I pulled out all of my graphic tees that I've worn from like high school and middle school, which yes, I do still fit in a lot of the clothes that I wore back in middle school and high school. And I pulled those shirts out and I kind of put them aside. I still want them, I just don't want to wear them consistently. And so I'm trying to wear the clothes that I have in my closet right now, and then wear those before I try to wear the graphic tees and stuff like that. The next photo is just self-care, taking care of my skin, taking care of my body, and so forth. And then last photo is just a camera. It's being consistent with YouTube and posting on social media and stuff like that. So that's a goal of mine. And then I kind of just add a little fun little things, like there's a watermelon, there's a sun, little flower. And then there's some sayings on there. There's one that says dream, another one that says treat yourself, and the last one says good things are coming. So yeah, and then I created a phone version, which I'll show you guys on my screen. I'm just gonna pull it up for myself so I can see it. Here it is. It's just the phone version of it. Same photos, same everything. It's just the phone version of it. Maybe this inspires you to make your own vision board. I created mine in Canva, and then that way I can go back in the future, and you know, when 2027 comes, I can make my 2027 vision board for both the computer laptop version or the phone version. That's pretty much gonna bring us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Maybe this inspired you to make your own goals. Maybe this inspired you to make a vision board, whatever it is. Maybe you take one of my goals that I've made and maybe applied it to yourself. Maybe there was a goal that was maybe not so much exactly the same goal as mine, but maybe something similar, and whatever it is. And yeah, I hope this was inspiring, and here's to 2026. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!